2 years since the entire family was reunited. The Johnsons were known for their vibrant, bustling gatherings where laughter flowed as freely as the wine. This year, the setting was a quaint country house with a garden blooming in vibrant hues. The scent of delicious food filled the air, mingling with the soft, rhythmic patter of summer rain. Children played hide and seek, their giggles echoing through the damp air, while adults reminisced under the protection of a large white tent. Amber, the heart and soul of the event, moved through the crowd with a practiced ease, her smile masking the turmoil within. She had meticulously planned every detail of this gathering, hoping the joy and togetherness would mend the invisible cracks in her life. Her husband, Mark, was charming as ever, engaging with everyone effortlessly. Yet, Amber couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. It was during a casual conversation with her cousin Emma that the first ripple disturbed the calm surface of her carefully maintained composure. Emma mentioned seeing Mark at a cafe in town the previous weekend, around the same time he was supposed to be on a business trip. He looked so happy. It was nice to see him relax for once, she said innocently. Amber's smile faltered. She had been convinced that Mark was in another city for work, as he had claimed. A cold knot formed in her stomach, but she dismissed it with a forced laugh, not wanting to cause a scene. The rest of the evening passed in a blur, her mind swirling with doubt and suspicion. Later that night, as the rain picked up its pace, Amber confronted Mark. "Emma saw you last weekend. She said you were at a cafe in town. You told me you were on a business trip." Her voice was calm but carried an edge of steel. Mark's expression shifted from surprise to defensiveness. "Amber, you're overthinking. Emma must have been mistaken. I was out of town, you know that." But the seed of doubt had already been planted. Over the next few days, Amber's unease grew. She found herself scrutinizing Mark's every move, questioning every explanation. The tension in their home became palpable, each day more strained than the last. Amber had always believed in facing challenges head-on, but this felt different. It was as if a shadow had fallen over their marriage, one she couldn't dispel. One evening, alone with her thoughts and the steady drumming of rain against the window, Amber decided to confront the truth. She quietly started to investigate, seeking clarity. Her suspicions were confirmed when she discovered messages on Mark's phone. There was no mistaking the intimacy shared in those conversations. The betrayal cut deep, but with it came a grim clarity. The rain fell relentlessly against the window panes as Amber confronted Mark in their dimly lit living room. The air between them crackled with tension as she laid out the evidence before him, her hands steady despite the storm raging within her. Mark's initial shock gave way to defensiveness again. "How could you invade my privacy like this, Amber? This is not trust. This is betrayal," he accused, his words cutting through the heavy silence. Amber stood firm, her eyes unwavering as she absorbed his blame. "You gave me no choice, Mark. Trust is a two-way street, and you chose to break it," she replied calmly, her voice tinged with a mix of hurt and determination. His attempt to deflect blame only fueled her resolve to seek the truth and reclaim her self-respect, despite the painful path ahead. In the stillness of that rainy night, she made a decision. fear of the unknown paled in comparison to the pain of staying in a broken marriage. At the next family gathering, Amber was a picture of poise and grace. The decision to move on had given her a sense of resolve. Gathering her courage, she addressed her family, her voice unwavering. "I have something to share with you all. Mark and I have decided to part ways. It's a difficult decision, but it's the right one for me." The family, initially stunned, rallied around her with support and love. The atmosphere, once tense, became a comforting blanket of solidarity. Amber's decision to prioritize her self-respect over the familiarity of her past gave her newfound strength. In the months that followed, Amber embraced the uncertainty of her new life. She discovered passions long forgotten and built a support system of friends and family. Her journey wasn't easy, but with each step, she grew stronger. Amber learned that sometimes the most painful decisions lead to the most profound growth. As she stood by her window, watching the raindrops dance, she realized that she had found a new kind of happiness, one rooted in self-respect and the courage to embrace the unknown. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah 40, verse 31.